I always go on the internet and just find videos, and one of the kind of videos would be fail videos. Now I know what you're thinking. Did you fall off a bike? Yes. I have fallen off a bike many times. I remember when I was young, I would go down this hill and I wouldn't be thinking about the bumps. I was just pedaling as fast as I could going down the hill, but there was a bump and I just fucking fall and hurt myself. There has been quite a lot of problems with hills. I just don't do well in hills with bike riding. But there was one moment of bike riding where I basically just stopped overall. I actually never touched a bike ever since that day. This was the worst bike accident I have ever had. Out of all the other bike accidents I've had, this was the worst one. So, I believe it was 5 years ago. I think it was around when I was like 13, 14. I'd say 14 probably. 14 probably. Yeah, 14. And I was gonna stay the week at my dad with my brother, and my other brother would live at my dad's. My dad had this idea that we would obviously train to go all the way from London to Southend, and that was what we were gonna do. Now, if you live in London, you know that Southend is. It's not near. It's very far away, and we were gonna go bike ride all the way there. Now, I remember during this time when I knew this was happening, I was a bit iffy on doing it. I knew that if I was gonna ride from London to Southend, I would probably just die midway. Probably won't even get midway, I'll just still die. I would not be okay with doing it, but I powered through. So my dad got me a bike, and for a week we were basically practicing and training. After school, my dad would always just train me. I would just go bike riding with him. We would go bike riding in random places. We even biked around the Arsenal stadium. I was doing pretty well until one day where we decided to bring one of my brothers, and I think it was Friday. I think this is when it happened. And I was kind of downgraded a little bit. I was doing so well the other days because I was powering through. This day I was feeling a bit tired and I just wasn't, pushing hard enough, especially going up the hill. But going down the hill is where my bike riding skills went also downhill. Literally downhill. So we get to this hill. I can't remember where this was. We did pass this place recently this year when we were gonna go get food, but when I was riding down that hill, for some reason I thought it was a smart idea to go down this hill in the wrong gear. I can't remember what gear it was, like 1 or 10 or something like that, but either way, I did the wrong gear and I was pedaling really fast. Like the pedals were just weak. I was just pedaling. And then all of a sudden, my feet slip off the pedal and I'm wobbling. I'm wobbling for about 5 seconds, and then I slam on my right. I'm sliding for about a second and I start rolling. And there's even a van right in front of me, and I even almost got hit by that van. So now I'm on the ground, I'm in pain, my arm, my elbow, I had a big gash on my elbow right here. I don't know if you can see it, like somewhere around here. Yeah, you can see it. And I got a big, massive gash on my hip right here, like somewhere around here. I'll probably take a photo just to show you where it is, but you can still see it. And still to this day, when I kind of scratch that area, it feels numb. Like that area is like numb. It just feels weird to scratch there. It's just very numb. And my thumb was fucked. I broke my thumb for about the 3rd time. There's been times where I broke my thumb. This thumb, the same thumb. There was one time where I was playing dodgeball and I tried to catch the ball and it kind of bounced off my finger, and I went to the hospital that day And there was another time I broke my thumb, this same thumb, where my mum took me home from school. Like, she drives me home from school, and I end up closing the door, and I slam my thumb on the door, between the door, and my thumb was broken. I think there was even a bump on my nail as well. There was a big bump on my thumb. And I broke my thumb again during this bike riding. Out of all the bones I've broken, it's only this one. This is the only bone that is broken. And I'm right-handed as well, so it was just painful to just do stuff. I couldn't even write. I had to get someone to write for me because I'm right-handed. I don't do stuff with my left. I do a lot of stuff with my right hand. Anyway, so I'm in pain, I'm crying. My bro and my dad sees that I have fallen and can't get up. They carry me to the bus stop to sit down. I don't know what happens. I just kind of black out a little bit and I see a bright light, like I'm about to die. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I was so in pain. It was like I was seeing a bright, like I was seeing Jesus. Like, God, am I dead? Am I dying? Like, I don't know why that was the case. I guess it was that traumatizing. Obviously I start to not get into the light and the brightness kind of goes away and I get back to normal. I'm like, what the hell happened? I can barely move my body because of how big my gash is on my elbow as well as my hip, and my thumb is broken, so it was very hard to pull the brakes. You pull it like this and I had to do it like that. I couldn't bend my thumb at all. So it was painful. We were pretty far away from home, but somehow I managed to pull my own weight like a soldier and ride all the way home in pain. And it was funny as well, because on the way home, like I said, obviously I can't properly hit the brakes. And so there was a car that just stopped randomly and I almost hit the car and I was like, oh no, not again. And then I just fall over again and I'm in pain again. And I'm just sitting down. It's like, why? This is not my day. And I get up on the bike again with my dad and my brother and we get home. We didn't even go to the hospital. I didn't really need the hospital. I just needed to relax, sit down. My dad put on some Nickelodeon and some Boomerang on some Cartoon Network and I just watched a lot of that. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna chill, relax. Obviously my dad put some plasters on my arm and my hip. That was literally the last time I rode a bike. I have not touched a bike in 5 years. Will I ever ride a bike again? I doubt it. Maybe. But no, I don't think I will. I'm that traumatized. It's literally, I got PTSD from that moment. I really do have a lot more stories I'd like to tell. I like to make this like a series, a story time series. So probably we'll do more of these videos because, you know, there's a lot more stories. The worst thing about that story as well, like I almost died because like I said, there was a van that was like, while I was rolling, that van was right there. I almost got hit by the van. I have had a lot of near-death experiences. But there was also one that I'm gonna leave for another day. I guess I would say the lesson today is just be careful on the bike. Obviously I'm too scared to get on the bike again. I don't think I will ever go on the bike again. But if you do get on the bike, obviously be very careful, be smart, don't be stupid like I was. Don't go down the hill in the wrong gear and pedal. Just when you go down the hill, don't pedal, just don't pedal. Yeah, I don't know. Just be safe when bike riding. Don't be a dumbass.